G'day guys, Ken from Frost to Fruit. Just thought I'd do another episode as we slowly ease our way into the cooler months of the year. Say hello to autumn and goodbye to what was a pretty dry and hot summer. So as we go into the cooler months, just thought I'd touch base and show you guys what's been happening. There hasn't been a massive amount of change, a bit of growth here and there, but yeah, not too much. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it, I guess. So as I mentioned, we've been putting stuff in pots now as we slowly get ready to move. But I guess the last time I made an episode, I think that was probably the pilot or the second episode. I showed you the pretty rough structure I made with for the dragon fruit. So that's doing the job, I guess, and it's only temporary, as I mentioned, until we get a proper structure going. But he was climbing over that loquat tree in the distance there, and we've got another one climbing on the fence too. So I don't know, we'll probably just keep one for now, but yeah, see how we go, I guess. Anyways, while we're here, we'll start off with the Paxton Prolific, which has grown pretty well over this summer period. The leaves are quite big compared again to the one that's out there. If you guys used to follow me with when I had the tropical fruits of Mother Nature, that was one of the first ones that I got, and then got my hands on this one here. So I'll be getting some more different ones as we go along, but at this stage we'll stick with the Paxton Prolifics and see how they're going. But anyways, loads of new growth coming on. That's obviously because we've been watering these guys pretty well with a lot of rainwater, especially the last couple of days with the downpours that we've been having. So what else we got going here? The Brazilian cherry or Suriname cherry it's made a full comeback since it's gone back into a pot. So loads of new growth there, which is pretty cool. I think the top did a scratch test before. Yeah, no sign of life here. So I mean, could keep these up, leave these dead branches here. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Over winter they'll have protection by the plastic laser lights. So yeah, no issues. We replanted the Figalicious, the dwarf fig, into a pot. And yeah, there's not too much effort made with figs, as you guys probably know, but that's making a full comeback too. What else? Dwarf lady red papaya, not doing too much. It's not dying, but it's not showing an enormous amount of growth. Again, we'll protect these over winter and see how we go with them, I guess. I think, as I mentioned, the red ladies are meant to be some of the most cold hardy ones, so along with the yellow ones, so which we've got too. So that's a yellow one there. That's had significant growth to it, so I think that should have no hesitation in surviving through the colder months. So yeah, that's good. Papaya's doing well. We'll start with, because I haven't pulled these out, this jackfruit here. That was a smaller jackfruit, but yeah, still loads of new growth coming on. The jackfruit's done pretty well, no complaints. The one that's brother that we got with it, or sister, or whatever you want to call it, that's done way better. So heaps of growth on that. It's sort of just shot up. So it's definitely, with the pot obviously, that's about 60 centimeters there. So it's probably sitting at probably 1.1 maybe, but in a pot it looks pretty tall and looks pretty healthy too. So yeah, pretty happy with that one. That's a jackfruit, 2 silky jackfruits. Still getting loads of growth, and this will continue throughout the months of autumn. Shouldn't slow down too much until we get into probably, what are we in now? March, April, May. Yeah, by May that will definitely slow down, and then the real test will begin. As we pan our way down a bit, we've got our Hawaiian guava, which is doing still fine. That fruit's getting some size onto it now, a bit bigger than from the last time I filmed it. So he's pretty happy. And right next to it, that's another yellow papaya there too. So I guess the other thing as well we wanted to talk about was communal planting. Now obviously these aren't all in the same garden bed, but I've read somewhere that with plants and trees, closer they are together, even though they do sometimes compete, they actually offer each other sort of, I want to use it very loose term, a social aspect of it, but they do well when they're sort of combined. So and I've definitely seen that with these plants being closer together. So yeah, that's definitely a thing, I reckon. Starfruit, heaps of growth on it, heaps. This is ever since he was moved out of the ground. He's done really well. He's got a few leaves dropping, but that's not too much to worry about. Let him grow. I was going to get another starfruit. I actually went to go and visit Garden World yesterday, just to see if they've restocked. You know, there's always that off chance. You gotta keep going. But I think they're pretty much done anyway for summer 2025, 2026. But they had a few more starfruits left. I just thought, one's enough for now. I'll see how we go. These are pretty common on dailies and Ross Creek anyway. But yeah, the flowers are doing well there. I try to pollinate them. They're tiny, but the tree itself is doing really, really well, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy there. So I'm going to leave him here and see how he goes. Hopefully, you never know with the pollination that I try to do. I'm going to say it's unsuccessful because the flowers are way too small, but you could see the male and the female flowers if that's how it works. But yeah, no, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll just see. But look, I'm happy with the tree growth anyway. It's doing really well, so that's cool. And the beautiful, I know these are not fruits, but the beautiful flowers in the bougainvillea, they're doing really well. This is not doing too well, this yellow papaya. I don't know what's going to happen here. He'll probably die, I reckon. Again, I could be wrong compared to something like that. Yeah. Coffee's doing well. Again, these have all been watered now, so they're doing really, really well now. Nothing to report too much there. Another red lady papaya, loads of new growth, which is doing really well too. So she, because red lady, and I don't know, don't mean to offend anyone, but this is just brain farts, guys. Just whatever comes into my mind, so just excuse that. Another yellow papaya. This one's done really, really well. Loads of new growth. So again, we've got about one, 2, 3, 4, which I think will survive, maybe 5, but we'll see. It's all a test. Avocado needs a bit of water, guys. Also, yeah, as I'm going back to communal planning, watering is really important too. So what I've noticed, and obviously it goes without saying, these plants dry out really quickly. It's one thing to get them out into the rain when it does rain, get them ready and get some water. It's another thing to water them with tap water. But if you do have a bucket or a little small kids pool that we had, that I just chucked under the pergola just to capture water, the rainwater does way better. Unfiltered, liquid gold. But anyways, moving along. Bamboo's pretty nice, doing well. The black bamboo, the mango. So mango's doing well. Loads of new growth there coming. Again, she's been watered too, so a bit of what's that? Is that a bit weak? That's okay. So a few things dropping off, but that's alright. Might need a bit more heat. We'll see how we go. I think he's alright here. What else has been going on? The Babaco's doing well. There's not much to report really. I mean, I think we'll probably notice more changes autumn sort of creeps around the corner. If you have a look at the forecast now, we're definitely going for cooler weather, so that's just around the corner, which is good. But you know, hey, in the pergola or under this protection, you're always going to get, 20s to mid-20s. You're never going to sort of hit too low on this until we get into real winter. that's when you get the real challenges happening. So it's when all the fun stuff starts happening, and if you can beat the real winter, then you got a good sporting chance. So I won't go through all these, but as you can see, they're all in pots ready to go. We're doing massive cleanups of the garden. Got to get this guy out probably during winter to avoid stress, but he's doing really well actually. One of the first tropicals that I got. Paxton prolific as well. Custard apple. But yeah, it's been a bit going on, a little bit here and there. Bananas, that will probably just stay there. It's an ice cream banana. Just trying to think what else we need to get going. So this is sort of an update slash brainstorm of what we need to move. These two ice creams will move as well. They get into pots in winter. They'll come with me. This papaya, yellow papaya, that can stay. That's doing really well too in ground. I didn't think that one would survive looking at it, but she's done well. Oh yeah, I should probably show you guys the other yellow papaya, which I haven't shown for a bit, which was my pride and joy, but will end up staying anyway, so I'll show you. Yeah, this one here. That's a yellow papaya. And that's reached what? 1.5 now? But you can't take this out. There's no way, it's still flowering. So, you know, starting off this experiment, I never thought this would actually make it, but by golly, it's made it alright. And I wish I could take this with me. But no can do. Look how big it is. Can't just wrap my hands around it now. I don't want to kill it. Leave it here. Maybe one day the other yellow ones will grow the same size. But it's always a sign, guys, never to give up. I don't know if you guys saw that too well anyway, because the sun, the lighting was pretty bad. Excuse all the dead corn, as I mentioned. A lot of other work to be done. A lot of work going on. Dragon fruit's doing well, but yeah, guys, I think that's the main purpose of this video today was just to give you guys a rough update on the tropicals. Pineapples are doing well, but like I said, there's a lot of cleanup going on, a lot of work being done. It's the pineapples there, they're doing well. Kaffir limes, I don't know if you guys can see, there we go, that's a kaffir lime there, there's a lime hanging off there. There's a lot of work being done, but the work continues, the enthusiasm continues, so we're not going to give up, and everything's in pots, and you know what, tropicals, sometimes they do even better in pots for the meantime, so this will give them time to shoot out some new growth, to develop, and then when we do put them all in the ground, well, the rest will be history. So yeah, guess I got these jackfruits to look forward to planting one day, I guess. But yeah, just again, guys, thanks for all the new subscribers that have come on board. Thanks for your comments and your likes, I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to comment. I don't know any more than what you guys know. This is all just, for me, it's all a big test. Yeah, I've been doing it for like 5-6 years now, but the amount of stuff that I've lost, you'd be surprised. Lychees and longans and mangoes that I've lost. Guava I've lost. Coffee I've lost as well. Papayas, the amount of papayas I've lost. Jabberdicubbers I've lost. But again, guys, this is what it's about. When you have a hobby, an expensive hobby, like this is what it can be like. And it's not the fact that you sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to be sitting here and spending a lot of money or whatever it is. It's a passion that drives you. So, you know, if you've got that passion and you're willing to to put in a bit of money into it, or learn as well. Watch these videos, watch my videos, watch George's videos. There's a few other ones out there too, which I watch like religiously every time they release videos. It's worth it because you learn from it. You see how other gardeners do it and how they plant and where they plant and what they plant. What they use in their substrate and in their soils, and that what these plants require. Like, it's not that simple. Yeah, like, to be honest with you, when I first started with this hobby, I thought the best thing that these guys need is full sun in summer. That was 5 years ago, and then obviously they crisped up because summers are different now. They're dry summers. The heat is dry. There's no humidity. So what do you end up doing? You end up learning. You put these in shade. So you put them in shade. You constantly water them. They need water. These tropicals thrive on water. You can't overwater them in summer unless you've got them. I don't know. Even if you got them in I want to say this again loosely, just thinking. If you put them in a bucket of water during summer, I don't even know if that's too much water. During winter, yes, 100%. The cold air, the cold wind, the frost will kill them. But in summer, you need to water them, especially if they're in pots. I water these guys nearly every single day. Every single day, these need water. Simply because they're just used to that. It's in their nature. You know what I mean? These are not orange trees, and these are not apple trees where you can sort of plant and leave it and the rest. These are high maintenance trees. So if you're getting into this hobby, it is high maintenance, but don't let it deter you. Find your motivation. When you travel overseas and you go to countries like Indonesia or Bali and Thailand and Vietnam, all these sorts of especially these Southeast Asian countries, South American countries, obviously, and even Pacific islands, and even if you just go up north, up to Cairns. That was my motivation when I saw these, and I thought, I wonder if we can grow these here. Well, not only are they becoming more readily available, like these coffee trees that are almost a meter. They are a meter tall, 1.1 meters. They become, and this jackfruit that's 1.2, 1.3 meters. They become more accessible, and it's a challenge. It's like any hobby that you have. Whether that's cars and you're into your hot rods and you're spending money, doing up your car and glamming that up, or if you're into fish keeping, for example, you want to keep fish, and that's also a very expensive hobby. I can tell you, I was into marine fish keeping a long time ago. Very expensive. You need the right stuff. It's not just chucking everything in. It's not just chucking everything into a fish tank and with water, tap water. It's even that actually brings up a point. It's quite interesting. They say that you can't use tap water on fish that you buy from a fish store, like for example marine shop, or like if you're keeping certain species of fish, you can't use tap water. But it's okay for us to consume that water. Think about it. It's okay for us to consume that water, and it's okay for plants to have that water and to feed through. It's very interesting. Food for thought, right? If it's not okay for fish, what makes it okay for us? So anyway, rainwater's the way to go. That's what I found. That's my little rant for today. It's just the beauty of it outweighs the cost, to me personally. When you get growth like that, it pushes you to go even further. Like, I'll just show you as well, because I had to as I said, I'm moving things around, and it's this is what I'm taking with me of a Monstera at the moment. Pretty sad. Surviving, but it's sad. Okay, what do I really want to take? Well,